Canelo, don't run away from this. You already ran away from the Benavidez fight. All right, you don't care what people have to say about you anyway.
Who time to take over and start beating the guys around him? Who he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next.
Everyone keeps talking about the weight. That's all I'm saying. Oh, he gonna knock him out. When the hell was the last time Canelo knocked somebody out? Big, little, small.
Boxing experts are accusing Canelo Alvarez of avoiding a fight with Terence Crawford. Tim Bradley didn't hold back this week, using his YouTube channel to deliver a fiery message. The former champion called out Canelo, urging him to stop dodging and give Crawford the fight he's been asking for. Bradley's words were loud and clear. Fans are dying to see this matchup, and Crawford has earned his shot at greatness. But does this fight really make sense? Bradley insists it does. He said Canelo owes it to the fans and to the sport to make this bout happen. Bradley even mentioned that Canelo already avoided a fight with Benavidez and should now step up to face Crawford. He also dismissed claims that Canelo's size and power would overwhelm Crawford, pointing out that Canelo started his career at 147 pounds and is the same height as Crawford.
I mean, you're walking around Mexico, walking around, California, San Diego, wherever you live, wherever you reside. I don't know where you reside, to be honest with you. But you obviously don't care about what people say or what people think about you by not taking that fight. So why should you care about what people say about you for not taking the Crawford fight? Don't use that as an excuse. Make the fight, my man. Make the fight with Crawford. That's a fight that everybody wants to see you face, right? And it's going to give Crawford an opportunity to show you his greatness, show the entire world his greatness. Now, everyone keeps talking about the weight. That's all I'm saying. Oh, he going to knock him out. When the hell was the last time Canelo knocked somebody out? Big, little, small. He ain't knocked nobody out.
Bradley's take might be bold, but it's hard to deny the excitement this fight would bring. On one side, you've got Canelo, boxing's biggest star with an incredible 62-2-2 record and 39 knockouts. On the other, there's Crawford, undefeated in 41 fights with 31 knockouts, known as one of the most skilled boxers of his time. But here's the issue. Crawford's recent fight against Israel Mov didn't do much for his reputation. He won, but it wasn't the dominant performance fans expected. He took too many hits and didn't look as sharp as usual. For Canelo, there's little motivation to take this fight. He's already proven himself against bigger and stronger opponents, leaving nothing to prove. Critics argue that Crawford hasn't earned a shot at 168 pounds yet. If Crawford really wants this fight, they say he should first face top contenders, like David Benavidez or Artur Beterbiev, to prove he belongs at this level.
What was that? Ryder, was it? Was it Ryder? Did he even knock Ryder out? No, he didn't even knock him out. He ain't knock no Ryder. He ain't knock no Berlanga out. When was the last time Canelo Alvarez knocked anybody out? So y'all saying, oh, he didn't knock no baby Charlo out. He didn't knock the little Charlo out. He didn't knock him out. So y'all can quit with that talking about he gonna knock Crawford out. Come on, man. Stop it. Please stop it. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Ain't that what the young folks say? Stop the cap. Yeah, stop it already. Yo, didn't we just see somebody just fight a guy that was, quote unquote, 50 pounds heavier? Yes.
Boxing fans are split. Some are excited about the idea of a skill versus power showdown between two of the greatest fighters of their time. Others question if the fight would be competitive, considering Crawford's age and lack of experience in heavier weight classes. For Canelo, there's nothing left to prove. His legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats is secure, and he has plenty of options ahead. But for Crawford to face Canelo, he might have to take a tougher road to show he belongs at this level. Right now, this fight seems more like a dream than reality, though Tim Bradley continues to push for it. The boxing world is eagerly waiting to hear who Canelo Alvarez will fight next. He's confirmed his next bout is scheduled for May. Potential opponents include familiar names like Terence Crawford and David Benavidez, but these seem more like wishful thinking than actual plans. Recently, William Skull has entered the mix, claiming negotiations are happening. Skull is the IBF champion, the same organization that stripped Canelo of his super middleweight title last September after he declined to face Skull, their mandatory challenger. For his May fight, Canelo has limited options in the super middleweight division. Rising stars like Christian Milley and Diego Pacheco are making waves, but they're not quite at the level needed to truly challenge Canelo's dominance at 168 pounds. In this context, Terence Crawford's name carries more media buzz than others. However, Crawford competes at 154 pounds, below Canelo's super middleweight division. If Canelo decides to make a big business move, Crawford could be the top pick. Although the weight difference is a concern for the 37-year-old Canelo, strong financial backing from Sheikh Turki Alalshikh could make this fight happen.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh, man, you'll whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Majimov.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
Canelo Alvarez is rumored to face Terence Crawford, though the fight remains unconfirmed. If it happens, it's expected to draw criticism, as Crawford competes 2 weight classes lower at 154 lbs and has no experience at 168. He's also coming off a narrow decision in his junior middleweight debut. Canelo, boxing's reigning superstar, plans his comeback in May to defend his 3 168-pound titles. To maintain his PPV dominance, he'll need a high-profile opponent. Reports suggest Turki Alalshikh is pushing for a Canelo-Crawford showdown, but Canelo reportedly demands $150 million, a figure that might exceed what Crawford's marketability supports. While the fight would appeal to dedicated fans familiar with the 37-year-old Crawford, casual viewers are less aware of him. Despite his impressive career, Crawford's biggest spotlight came in his 2023 fight against Errol Spence. Other contenders in the 168-pound division, such as David Benavidez and David Morrell, offer greater challenges but lack Crawford's media appeal. Canelo's September performance against Edgar Berlanga showed vulnerabilities, making careful opponent selection critical. He's avoided risks like Benavidez and Morrell, but might view Crawford as a safer, lucrative option. Mike Copping of ESPN believes a Canelo-Crawford fight could surpass 1 million US PPV buys and generate over $20 million at the gate, a larger draw than a rumored Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua bout. Fury and Joshua, both coming off losses, are seen as less competitive and relevant globally compared to Canelo-Crawford. In Crawford's August debut at 154 lbs, he narrowly defeated Israel Madrimov for the WBA super welterweight title. Canelo noted Crawford's struggles with the weight, suggesting the fight might now interest him more. "If the money's right, I'm in," Canelo recently said, indicating a shift in his stance. Though unverified, rumors point to May as a potential fight date at Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena. With Crawford willing to move up to 168 pounds, fans remain hopeful for this blockbuster clash, fueled by renewed optimism from Canelo's comments. While Terence Crawford is considered a top contender for Canelo Alvarez, he wouldn't be Canelo's biggest draw. A matchup with David Benavidez, for instance, would generate even greater attention, though Canelo seems reluctant to face his fellow Mexican. Despite this, Crawford's name holds more significance than a potential clash between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, especially since both heavyweights are coming off losses. Joshua was knocked out by Daniel Dubois, while Fury suffered back-to-back defeats against Alexander Usyk. Promoters like Eddie Hearn continue to hype Fury versus Joshua as the biggest fight in boxing, but the appeal of such a bout is largely limited to the UK. The British audience might embrace the fight for nostalgic reasons, but its relevance and competitiveness seem questionable. US viewers are unlikely to show much interest, especially if the undercard features low-tier fighters similar to those on Fury vs. Usyk 2 or Joshua vs. Dubois. In contrast, Canelo vs. Crawford is a much bigger commercial event, with ESPN's Mike Compinge predicting it could exceed 1 million US PPV buys at $80 per purchase, along with generating over $20 million at the gate. Even a decade ago, Fury vs. Joshua wouldn't have been a truly global event, as neither heavyweight faced the most formidable competition during their careers. They benefited from an era of heavyweight boxing with limited depth, often defeating aging veterans like Vladimir Klitschko, Deontay Wilder, and Alexander Povetkin. When a legitimate challenger like Martin Bacol emerged, both Fury and Joshua avoided him. Crawford, meanwhile, made a bold move in August by challenging Israel Madrimov for the WBA super welterweight title at 154 lbs, his first fight in the division. Despite struggling with the weight adjustment, Crawford secured a unanimous decision victory, adding a fourth world championship to his legacy. Rumors suggest he's ready to ascend 2 more weight classes to face Canelo at 168 lbs. Canelo's response to Crawford's performance against Madrimov was lukewarm. He told Fight Hype, "I think he knows why there are weight classes, right? He made a good fight, but for me, I think he lost, or it was a draw." Still, speculation about a Canelo-Crawford showdown has intensified, with Crawford reportedly being considered for Canelo's Cinco de Mayo card in May. Though no official announcement has been made, the rumored fight has sparked significant interest among fans. With Crawford's willingness to step up in weight and Canelo's subtle shift in attitude, this potential matchup could redefine the boxing landscape. If it happens, it will likely take place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, a fitting venue for what could become one of the sport's biggest events. Rumors of a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have taken the boxing world by storm. Major boxing outlets began echoing the possibility, leading to speculation gaining traction despite the absence of official details. ES News posted a YouTube video exploring the origins of the rumor, but even the founder, A. Spock, noted the lack of a verified source, calling the buzz widespread but unconfirmed. Despite this, Spock suggested the fight remains a possibility, fueled in part by reports of a rumored $250 million payout. Canelo, who has consistently dismissed the idea of facing Crawford due to their weight class disparity, is reportedly considering the matchup for his Cinco de Mayo fight card in May. Turki Alalshikh, a key promoter, is eager to host the fight at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, a venue closely associated with Canelo. This speculation gained further momentum after Canelo recently expressed a surprising level of enthusiasm for the bout during an interview, stating, "I'm in. Why not?" Canelo's change of heart appears influenced by Crawford's recent performance at 154 lbs, where he secured a unanimous decision against Israel Madrimov to claim the WBA super welterweight title. However, Crawford's struggle to adjust to the new weight class was evident, leading Canelo to describe the fight as not that great. Still, Canelo hinted that the financial incentive could sway him. "If the money is right, I'm in." For Crawford, the path to this potential fight is daunting. Moving up 2 more weight classes to 168 lbs or agreeing to a catch weight would be necessary to level the playing field. While unverified, the rumors have generated significant buzz, with fans encouraged by Canelo's apparent shift in demeanor. Whether this fight materializes remains to be seen, but its potential to become one of Las Vegas's most significant boxing events has captivated the sport's enthusiasts.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Roy Jones Jr., legendary boxer, weighs in on a potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. Showdown Roy Jones Jr., a boxing icon, shared his perspective on a potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez during an Eye Against Out interview with Mill City Boxing. While acknowledging Crawford's exceptional technical skill, Jones Jr. leaned towards Canelo as the likely winner, primarily due to his size and power advantage. "I like Terence, but I'm going to lean towards Canelo early. If he lets Terence get into the fight, though, Terence is going to be a problem," said Jones Jr. He highlighted the importance of Canelo's punching power as a key factor, explaining, "We don't know until we see Terence get hit with that power. If you can't hurt him, you can't change his fight plan, and you've got problems." Jones emphasized that Crawford's path to victory would hinge on his ability to neutralize Canelo's power and use his superior technical skills to outbox the Mexican superstar. This potential fight is seen as a monumental challenge for Crawford. given the size and power discrepancy. Additional reactions from the Boxing World Com Gibbons, president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, also shared his thoughts, calling the matchup a crowd-drawing spectacle, but cautioning about the weight disparity. Terence Crawford has the right attitude and believes in himself, but there are weight divisions in boxing for a reason, said Gibbons. He added, "This won't be David slaying Goliath. It'll be Goliath slaying David." Meanwhile, Errol, Spence Jr. expressed optimism about the fight, seeing it as an opportunity for Crawford to pursue greatness. Spence noted that Canelo had moved up to 175 lbs to face tougher opponents, so Crawford moving up to 168 lbs was not inconceivable. "If he wants to challenge himself, I support him," Spence remarked. For now, Canelo Alvarez is focusing on his next fight, with IBF interim title holder William Skull emerging as a potential challenger. While fans remain captivated by the idea of a Canelo-Crawford matchup, the weight disparity and logistical hurdles keep the fight in the realm of speculation. Still, the prospect of two pound-for-pound legends squaring off continues to fuel debates and excitement among boxing enthusiasts worldwide.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's facing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
Demetrius Andrade and Alexis Roach weigh in on a potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. Showdown Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade, a former middleweight champion and longtime contender in boxing, recently shared his thoughts on the much-anticipated 2025 fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Andrade, who has crossed paths with both fighters throughout his career, had a candid take on the potential bout. "I love Crawford. He's a good friend of mine. We've traveled the world together in the amateur program. I've seen him beat people up, and I've done the same. The stories could go on, but when it comes to power and weight, that is real," Andrade said during an interview with Fight Hub TV. Andrade emphasized Canelo's physicality, noting that Canelo is a big bad wolf, and he can run the whole night. He believes that Canelo's experience and power shots would be difficult for Crawford to counter. "Canelo knows how to move, not like a robot," Andrade added. "It's going to be tough. I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo, but I do think Crawford can give him a good fight." Andrade, a seasoned fighter himself, made it clear that while Crawford has the skills, Canelo's agility and power would be tough to overcome. Alexis Roacha, an emerging welterweight star under Golden Boy Promotions, has sparred with both Canelo, Alvarez, and Terence Crawford. While he respects Crawford's talent, Roacha voiced his concerns about the potential fight between the two and shared his thoughts on the outcome. In an interview with ES News, Roacha spoke candidly about his experiences in sparring with both fighters. "Canelo is the best of the best," Roacha admitted, but he also noted that Canelo is aging. "He's getting old. I don't know how much time he has left to dominate." Roacha praised Crawford for his skill, especially after his impressive performance at 154 lbs, where he defeated Israel Madrimov. Madrimov is one of the best 154-pounders out there, and beating him in his first fight at the super welterweight division is an impressive feat for Crawford, Roacha said. "No. One really knows Madrimov, but if you pay attention, you see the awkwardness, the strength. He's really strong." Despite this, Roacha was clear on the outcome of a potential showdown. "Crawford also has good size. He has reach, he has boxing IQ. That's the most important thing in boxing," Roacha explained. "But I will lean a little more towards Canelo, given his experience. He's been in there with bigger guys." While Roacha acknowledged Crawford's potential, he ultimately gave the edge to Canelo, citing his experience and the fact that Canelo has already faced bigger challenges throughout his career.